just want to make this session as a quite interactive session. So just want to know more about yourself first. Okay, so first of all, I want to know that whether you want some action in the session. Raise your hand. Yes, awesome, awesome. Or you want interaction? Both, right? Awesome. So let's take it forward and let me ask you to guess the speaker, to guess the panelist. All of you have got this session agenda in front of you. If not, please take it. Please get it. Yeah, because I want all of you to wake up. It's after lunch session, and Zahir has done really a great, wisdom to me while offering me this session after lunch. So please bear with me. Okay, so I'll tell you the name. I'll tell you the title, and then you need to guess the name of the panelist. So let me start with somebody called Global Guru, 30 Global Guru. Can you guess the name? Any other? Mike. Yes, Mike. Mike, please welcome on the stage. I request Mike, and then we would like to know more about him. Mike, I would really welcome you. Please come here. And okay, the next one is that founder of Purpose Ladder. And she worked with clients globally to help ambitious, action-oriented professionals establish themselves. Nilima Chakra. Please welcome Nilima Chakra with round of applause. I know it's after lunch time, but I want all of your energy to be there throughout 25 minutes, what we have got as a time limit. Okay. The third one is a gold medalist, engineer, author, motivational speaker, spiritual corporate trainer, mindset coach. Would you like to give a guess? Dr. Dinesh Gupta. Dr. Dinesh Gupta, please welcome on the stage and share your thoughts on that. Okay, and now I think the next one you can guess very easily. Okay, so somebody successful for 27 years and fly all the way, who came all the way from Sri Lanka, Colombo. Dr. Mahesh Jaisinghe, please, sir. Great, great. So now the whole constituent of panelists is here. So I request all of you to put all the highest energy. Thank you so much. Yeah, center. Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, so let me ask you, start with some questions. I love questions, and then I wanted to know from it probably. How many of you know that there is an AI tool which became unicorn? Indian AI tool became unicorn. Just raise your hand if you can, if you know about it. Okay, just try. 1, 2. Any idea? Okay, the next question. There is an AI tool which is launched by Ola. Anyone can guess the name? You can Google it also. These are the questions which you can Google it as well. Please do that. Any answer? 30 seconds to you. Try it. How many of you are comfortable with Hindi? Raise your hand. Awesome, I can see almost 90%, right. Artificial को हिंदी में क्या कहते हैं? कृत्रिम. Yes, exactly. And that's an AI tool which is launched by Ola. And this became unicorn as the first Indian artificial intelligence tool which became an unicorn. So a round of applause for the complete great effort which has gone in that all the way, making an artificial tool to a unicorn level. A round of applause, you can just put all, the best way. Right, so let me just do the justice here now with the topic whatever is given to us, and it's a very interesting topic, and I just want to start the topic with highest of the energy, and we want to tell you that leadership for tomorrow is the topic which is given to us is for today and tomorrow, and the key imperatives. So this is very important. And doesn't matter that whether your organization is a smaller or a big one. You need leaders and they drive the organization, and that goes without saying that, like, yatha raja tatha praja. Right? So I would like to start the discussion with my co-panelist. Okay, before that, do you think that we can give a 1-minute intro of all of the panelists? Is it okay? Yes. So let's start with Mahesh ji. Please go ahead. Dr. Mahesh Jaisinghe, please.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. So I have been, I worked 27 years of corporate exposure, about 20 years in the senior managerial grade. Started my coaching practice in 2015 as the first PCC coach in Sri Lanka. Today we have formed a coaching association also, ICF Colombo chapter. I got into coaching is something very interesting, coaching the World Cup winning team of Sri Lanka, right, especially as the mind coach. And after that only, like, I really got into the corporate world. So now I continue with a lot of corporate clients, senior management team, and thank you very much for this opportunity.
Welcome.
Hello, I am Professor Dr. Dinesh Gupta. I am teaching in engineering college since 2004. And in 2019, I left and I started my own organization, Anand Sri Organization. My motto is very simple: your greatness is my business. So on the basic of this line, I am working. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can clap, doesn't cost anything. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. Nilima ji.
Thank you. So my name is Nilima. I like to shake mid-career professionals from their, comfort zone and get them to take charge of their careers, help them take charge of their careers. I'm a coach, I have to remember that. And I also help lateral hires establish themselves as leaders in new organizations. I'm associated with a global initiative to help people talk confidently about their achievements. The movement is called I'm Remarkable. And I serve on the board of a non-profit. So that's what I do.
Welcome. Thank you.
Okay, once more, my name is Mike. Just to add to what Vivek said earlier, the Global Guru came from, it was actually a recent achievement. Last January, I was named as the first Filipino to ever enter the list of Global Gurus for coaching this year. So it's quite groundbreaking and perhaps the only LGBT on board the Global Guru list for this year for coaching.
A round of applause.
So,
thank you. Thank you.
Inclusivity, honey, and diversity. And apart from that, I coach celebrities, top executives, and highly successful people from all over the world, allowing them to become their own #BestMeEver. The core of my practice is self-empowerment, wellness, and well-being. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And it's really a great connect which is getting built today. And we are really very much thankful to you for all your best thought which you have already shared, and now it will be a further enriching also. So let me start the discussion with Nilima, with you, in terms of when we talk about the leadership, there is a most important thing comes is the adaptability side of it. So how we can connect the dots here, saying that for today's and tomorrow, how the adaptability comes in picture, and what you think as an organization we need to have consideration in mind when we talk about adaptability getting connected with leadership. All yours.
So, we've been talking about we've known adaptability is a survival skill from the time of Darwin. Today, it is more important because that extinction can happen in a matter of months. So, for today's leaders to be able to deal with everything which is happening, they need that ability to, first curiosity, and that ability to scan the environment and see everything which is happening around them, whether it is geopolitical, whether it is demographic changes, or it is technology, and connect the dots and see how it might be affecting the ecosystem, the world at large, the communities that they serve. And then the ability to take decisions with very limited information. And that information is never going to be complete. the uncertainty is going to remain there. So, that ability to not get stuck, not get, hijacked by, hey, I don't know what is happening, and, move forward. And that requires that they are more collaborative. So this is a very, good combination of right and left brain skills that leaders need today. They need to be more collaborative, they need to be more humble and vulnerable, and create a support system for themselves so that they can tap into everybody else's expertise in the interest of the communities that they're serving and the businesses that they're running. Which again then takes us, double click to that, and there comes psychological safety, the growth mindset. With that kind of rampant change, none of your assumptions are going to remain true for long.
Yeah.
So the ability to re-question the assumptions, re-look at them, and not being attached with the idea that I am right or I need to be right.
Yeah.
So, I think a combination of both right and left brain skills are required for them to be able to navigate the kind of disruptive changes that we're seeing in the world
absolutely.
today.
Because that's how you actually connect the dot, and that's how it connects with the, the thought process as well. So really, really very right point put forward. Dr. Mahesh, would you like to add on the adaptability side? Yeah.
Yeah, interesting scenario is like when COVID came up, there was a CEO, senior vice president, who's the number 2 IT person in Sri Lanka, came and said, I'm going to leave the company, start on my own. Can you coach me through the process? I said, what nonsense, right? Are you scared? I mean, COVID time is that everybody wants to sit. And he said, no, I want to start something on my own. I got my passion and I'm going to start something on my own. So he started, he failed, and then a lot of things started happening and then gradually he started discovering his way through. Right, in my next session, I just share some thoughts process in that area. Then the second thing is we all, when the day started today, we all were on the stage, and one of my colleagues, Ranjay, passed away because of his challenging adaptability to his conditions and balancing his life. So it needs to come up from both sides, adapting to the organization, adapting from the health and well-being side also needs to start coming in.
Sure, I think that's a really, great point what you have mentioned here. And that's how we, plan the whole ecosystem. Then, how this can be taken as an exponential way, how this can be helpful for both my short term also as well as long term, thought process on that. Yeah. So, Mike, I'll just would like to bring your thoughts on some, the connecting thought here that we and how many of you are from a coach's background, let's see that, yes, almost I can see 90%, right? And DEI is something which is getting very popular, and it is becoming need of an hour, and everybody wants to know that. So how we have structured our discussion is that while we have couple of topics discussed here, then we will have an open question forum from the audience as well, because this is one forum which we would like to create, and you can take that advantage and you can ask the question accordingly, right? So I hope that's fine with you. Last 5 minutes we would like to give it to you guys so that you can ask the question. Mike is available here and all of us here. In fact, so you can ask the question and then we can have it more as a discussion manner. So I mean, when we need to understand about inclusivity, who else can suggest us in a much better manner than you being a global guru? So please, your thoughts on that.
Okay, thank you for that. One of the causes I champion is actually diversity and inclusivity for everyone, not only the LGBT communities, but rather across all spectrums of race, culture, status, and all of those stuff. Quick story, I myself was actually a victim of this one. You see, I got signed up by a TV network in the Philippines last year, and for 3 months, I was a regular segment host. However, clincher is the station was very much religious. Okay, I practice my faith, I tell you. However, they were not into LGBT people because it was against their faith. So when they first signed me up, I'm like, are you sure you're getting me? I even asked, but they said yes. However, fast forward to 3 months later, the same people cut me off because during a commercial break, I went to my ex-boyfriend to ask, where are we having lunch? And he held my hand, and someone saw it and reported it to management, and hello, goodbye contract. It was as simple as that, regardless if the viewers were asking for me week on week, because it's a weekly stint for me. So that's one thing. However, though, as discussing diversity and inclusivity, they eventually turned a new leaf, because now they're getting me again because they had a lash out from the viewers. So every now and then, I'm still there. However, I tell them that I won't change the way I am. Meaning, I would still wear this type of clothes. I would speak this way because that's who I am. I am not going to conform because that is not about diversity and inclusivity. It's all about accepting the differences there. But my take there really is that organizations, regardless of the nature of your company, you should be able to look beyond those differences and see it as an opportunity to actually learn and grow. If you have diversity and inclusivity in your company, you would experience increase in profit. You would have people feeling safe and that they belong more, right? And you would also be attracting better talents because at the end of the day, it's no longer about the hierarchy. So what I want you to do now is check on yourselves and your culture. For the HR practitioners, is it still all about, is he a fit in our culture? Please drop that question. The question should be, how can he be an asset together with all of us?
Absolutely. I think that deserves a round of applause, that how can this be an asset to an organization? Amazingly
Yes,
great.
because I think that this is the normal question HRs would ask, or the owners would ask, is he a fit? Honey, everyone's a puzzle piece here. So you just have to accept the person as he is and be able to maximize whatever skills he or she has. Simply because at the end of the day, the more diverse and the more inclusive your company is, the less problems you would have eventually, because you have a wide network of minds working for a single goal, only if you know how to keep everyone together. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome, superb. Nilima, you would like to add on? Yeah, because that's the one point of interest. Please go ahead.
I'm seeing a good change that, we're moving away from diversity as a agenda, which is like other than everything else that we do. It is getting integrated with the business. And it makes sense because our ecosystem, the communities that we serve are diverse. And if we don't have a diverse workforce, we can't meet their needs. So I would say, this is a survival need, that leaders learn to lead people who are from diverse backgrounds.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Actually, that connects the dot here, that people need to understand, as you mentioned, that it should not be an agenda or a tick mark or a checklist kind of thing, but it should come from within. Yeah.
I just wanted to add one more thing. A common misconception is that, again, when this network got me once more, it's all about just having someone represent the LGBT community. That's called tokenism. So it's not just about getting a sample, one person to reflect everyone else. Honey, base it on the competency of whoever you are hiring, because that way you would look beyond your own biases, whether unconscious or conscious, and focus on the value of the person, which then heightens that person's worth. So might as well, if you're going to hire people of diverse cultures, don't just get one. Get whoever deserves the position.
Yeah,
Thank you.
awesome. Now I'll just take a different angle to it right now. And how many of you would like to have a 1 minute action? Still, we have got a very less time, but we will try to do it. And who else can do that better than our mindset guru, Dr. Dinesh Gupta? So, Dr. Dinesh Gupta, just putting a question to you as well, and then the activity. Yeah, please go ahead.
Thank you. We will do one exercise, because one exercise is equal to 1,000, more than 1,000 words. So I have the permission. Please raise your both hand. Please raise your both hand.
And cameraman, where is our photographer?
From
Cameraman,
this side.
please come this side.
Please raise your both hand.
Yeah,
Huh.
yes.
Now I will say 1, 2, 3. Push yourself more. 1, 2, 3. Push. Oh, very good. Please down your hand. What did you learn from this exercise? Because we required one mentor. We required one person who can say, ki go ahead, go to extra mile. And this is the work of leader, this is the work of mentor. This is the core work of the mentor. If I am doing the coaching in the industry, so this is my work. कि आपको एक कदम extra जाना, you have to go 1 mile extra. And this is the things I would like to add.
Yeah, even Arjuna needs a Krishna, you know, to fight the battle of Mahabharata. So that's how, like, you know, it happens that you need a coach, you need a mentor, you need a guide, you know, who can actually understand the energy within you or the potential within you and take it forward. Dr. Mahesh, I would like to bring the point of resilience here, you know, during this leadership thought process. So your views on that, and then we will be opening our, you know, session on the question as well. Please go.
Well, all of us know resilience is, and COVID was a good example where we all faced resilience and we all got up. Now the challenge is like the organizations got up, but as individuals, did we really get up and start moving in? Some people came and said, no, this is not good for you. You believe that and you gave up your ideas and dreams. I always used to say, if Thomas Alva Edison lived in Asia, the world will be in darkness. Because so many times he failed and he still got up and went forward in. So the challenge is like, are you ready to get up and go? Now the example that I was telling is like the CEO left a big blue chip company, started on his own, his major client went bankrupt in US and he fell down. But he was so resilient, he wanted to really work on his like, you know, core competencies and work it out. Now today, within 2.5 years, he has re-recruited 200 software engineers. Now he's just picking up the same space that he has been there. So it's how you really get up, how you face up this challenge is what really matters. Now in this process, right, you have so many people who are not supporting you also in this area. Right, we have the quiet quitters in the organizations who have already lost faith in the company. They're just there for the sake of there and until they find another job. So they have lost the interest in the company. They are still there, they are not leaving the company. So now how do you get these people also on board? Now your entire leadership style for the future has to change. The approach, how you look at it. And the challenge that I see is like when I sit as observers in the client's meeting rooms, it is only still the seniors only make all the choices, the juniors just say, yes sir, 3 bags full. Right, but they practice, big both saying that diversity has been practiced in the company and all these things are there, we give equality. And the moment idea comes from a junior person, it's not, culture is ready, right, from the companies that I've seen working in. But most of the other companies are really quickly changing their perceptions. And this really needs to be sorted out because the future belongs to, as Kevin was saying, is the new generation. But the old generation is also picking up because they are working till 70. So how do you bring the balance of these two is a challenge.
Awesome. And yeah, you would like to add on? Yeah.
Yeah, I want to add on to what he was saying. I think that's
Sure.
a very good point.
Yeah.
We have to accept, or leaders have to accept that mistakes will happen. You know, failure will come. So being able to stand up, dust your knees and start walking again, that ability is very, very crucial.
Absolutely. So I think with this we are done here with respect to our perspective and the thoughts and all. Now we would like to take question from you. Just raise your hand. We'll try to give the mic to you, and then I think being coach, you should be loud enough and your question can come to us. So anyone, yeah, please go ahead, ma'am. Yeah.
So now I don't need to scream, I can focus on my thoughts, okay?
Yeah,
So my question is simple. When we say diversity and inclusion, what do you think companies are doing when it comes to autism and ADHD? Because those really come into the diversity and inclusion piece as well. So any
Yeah.
thoughts on that about in the future where what leadership,
Absolutely.
how
I
they
think
would
Mike,
include that?
yeah, like, you know.
Okay. Again, for people who have, let's say, critical illness or mental health concerns, some companies, well, in the Philippines, actually have, they call it supervisors or specific modules also that are tailor-fitted to them. This works hand in hand with a coach, with a therapist, or whoever else could actually monitor them best. So it's not really an excuse for as long as the client or whoever is the employee rather is not doing anything harmful or anything that would, you know, be, how do I say this, that would put the company in a bad light. But in terms of capability, if it's there, because we have a lot of people with ADHD and yet very talented, and my coachee, who's now part of Forbes UAE, is ADHD, has ADHD, but guess what? He founded his own company and he's now a multi-awarded entrepreneur. So it's never an excuse, and he still hires people with ADHD.
Just
So,
to add to that,
yeah.
say in our country, even the central bank people are working in the financial services sector. They are working with these symptoms, and they have been given jobs where don't have to face a lot of people. They are on their own, right? They work in, like, you know, some people like to work in that capacity. Even in central bank we have, you know, a lot of banks, they have money counting, right? You don't have to talk to anybody. You can do it on your own. Like cashiers, like back-end cashiers, they are having these things. They are working with the supervisor, but they are working on their own. So they are still being employed and be recognized in the organization.
Superb, superb, yeah.
I'll add, I have clients who are managing people who are on the spectrum, and so they have the support of a therapist, but they are also trained to work with people who are on the spectrum. So I would say in small ways, but you know, good organizations are taking steps, and that's a good thing.
Yes, and that's how the adaptability is also happening, you know. I mean, globally we have seen the example from Philippines, Sri Lanka and all, so I think that's there. Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am.
May I just add one thing if we have a second?
Please, yeah.
So why I also asked that question was because there was a lot of, because I still see that ADHD is not looked at as a mental illness really. So that piece kind of gets hidden in the whole process. But thank you so much for your
very nice. I
answers.
think, yeah, that really deserves, yeah. So we are done here. Any other question? We can take one last question if is there, or we would like to pay thanks to you. So thank you so much. I think we are done here. Thank you.